What's up, guys? I just saw the end of the Daytona 500, and I'm just going to give you some quick thoughts about what I thought about it. Congratulations to Austin Dillon. I am not a fan of his. I don't know what it is. I don't like him. That's neither here nor there. That's just a personal thing. And, you know, so that I can't help it. I don't know. There's just some guys in NASCAR I don't like, that I'm not a fan of, like guys like Denny Hamlin, Austin Dillon. I'm not gonna go further than that. But congratulations to him. But that being said, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am not a fan of restrictor plate racing. There are aspects of it that are exciting, and it's always exciting to watch people crash and stuff, but if that's what you're looking for, then you're not a real race fan, in my opinion. Not that it matters. You're free to enjoy what you want, whatever it is. But outside of these big crashes, I find restrictor plate racing to be mostly boring. Except when there's, like I said, a wreck. Or these guys are now doing this crazy blocking up front. And it's just, I don't know, man. And I'm not particularly blaming the drivers. This is the environment that restrictor plate racing presents. And you have to do what you have to do. You can't just loaf around and try not to touch anybody. That's just not how restrictor plate racing works. It's all aerodynamics, and it is what it is. So that's never going to change. But just for me personally, I don't find restrictor plate racing as exciting as I do other forms of racing, or I should say other styles or other tracks. The thing that really gets to me the most about restrictor plate racing is that your success or failure is completely dependent on other people. So you are in this race and you're just, so much of it is out of your control. It does take a level of talent to get through the field and race in a restrictor plate race. And obviously, there are certain guys you always see competing at the front, working their way up. So yes, there's a level of talent that's there. So I do appreciate that. But you can't do anything without someone's help. And for me, I like where it's all up to the driver and the crew, and the decisions made, and all that stuff. That's what I want it to be all about. This whole thing where you need the right person to push you at the right time, and sometimes you step out of line and you're hoping somebody helps, and then they just leave you out to dry, and now you tried to make a move, and because someone else didn't help you, you're fucked. So I don't get it. I just don't like it. I don't think what does that have to do with the skill level of a driver or a team? So I think that we're stuck with this because it is what it is. They're not going to take Daytona or Talladega off the map, off the schedule. And I'm not advocating for that either. It is what it is. I can live with it. But for me, the real season starts next week at Atlanta. I'm like kind of glad this is over with. And of course, if one of my drivers would have won, I'd be ecstatic. So yeah, it just is what it is. There's a lot of frustration that comes along with restrictor plate racing. But the way I see this, and this happened to a lot of guys, but Aric Almirola, he could have won this race. But in my opinion, this guy just ran him over, Austin Dillon, at the end. And nobody's going to talk about that. Nobody's going to really, he won. Watching that number 3 car in victory lane, that's like a big deal to a lot of people. And I get it. But I don't know, man. I just don't like this guy. And he ran him over. If you look at the replay, it's like, and like I said before, I can't blame him 100%. This is what this type of racing brings. So he kind of did what he had to do, but he ran him over. And he could have eased off just a cunt hair and not wreck him. But you know what are you going to do? You know, I can't really say that what he could have done or should have done. But make no mistake about it, he basically ran Eric Almirola right over. So congratulations to him. He won. And I can't wait for next week. And I do not enjoy these races. I want to know what you guys think about it. Also, congratulations to Bubba Wallace. He finished second, and he ran up front all day. He was in that top group all day long, so he really earned that spot, in my opinion. It's not like he ended up front because of all the wrecks. He was part of that front pack throughout most of the day. And it's really good to see that 43 car have such a good finish. I've always been, I grew up a Richard Petty fan, and I was too young to actually watch him race. But as I got into NASCAR, obviously that's the Babe Ruth of NASCAR as a sport. So he's the king. So it's good to see that 43 car do so well. I really think they should try to get another car in that on that team in that organization. I think it's going to be very hard to have success like Truex, with the one car, but now they have two cars. I think it's just really much harder. You do need multiple cars to kind of feed off each other, share information, and help each other. And it's just tough to do it with just one car. But congratulations to Bubba Wallace. Great finish. Great for the Petty organization. So it's just really nice to see that. And that's somebody that I'll be rooting for, one of the guys that I like. I really like, oh my God, the other guy that was up front all day long, Blaney. He's another great driver. I like him, and it's good to see him run well. But he's another guy that was pulling these crazy moves. And then Chase Elliott, I kind of liked him early on, and I'm just starting to turn. I don't know what it is, but he's starting to rub me the wrong way. He's another guy that's over-aggressive. I get it. You do have to be aggressive, and you want these guys to go for it. But you also have to be mindful of people around you. You got to race clean and respectfully. And I'm telling you now, if somebody doesn't pull the reins on him just a little bit, he's going to have problems, because he pulled a lot of dumb, boneheaded moves. And he, a lot of guys, you could say that about a lot of guys. It's just restrictor plate racing. But that's how I feel about it. There was like I said, I found this one to be a little more exciting than past Daytona 500s, but a lot of it is because of this crazy shit, So just because it's exciting, it doesn't necessarily mean it's good. So I kind of enjoyed it, but at the same time, there's so much about it that I don't like. And I'm just glad they only do this like 4 times a year. And it's never going to change. It's the nature of the track and restrictor plate racing. I don't like the fact that you can't have success by yourself. You're completely dependent on what other people do. Or you could be having a great run and just you're caught up in a wreck. It's just a big blender. Anyone can win these races. I'll be honest with you. If you just fall into the right spot at the right time, people in front of you wreck, you have a car that's in there at the end of the day. Austin Dillon, he came out of nowhere. He was not running up front all day. So he benefited from all these wrecks. And then he was in a good position. And then, of course, he punted Eric Almirola out of the way. But it is what it is. Congratulations. What do you guys think of the race? I look forward to your comments. Later.